We're going to talk
Let's
about
go.
Gorge, which you can find now on Apple TV Plus. That stars Miles Teller, Anya Joy Taylor.
No,
Uh,
I thought it was Taylor-Joy.
hold on, Anya
I think it's
Taylor-Joy. Yeah,
I think it's Anya Taylor-Joy. Yeah.
yeah.
Don't
This
mess up the names.
this has a 6.8 on IMDb. Again, you can watch it now on IMDb. I'm sorry, on Apple TV Plus. And
Right.
this is directed by Scott Derrickson. Scott Derrickson was involved in The Black Phone, which we loved.
Which we love.
And Doctor Strange. So this guy has a little bit of some good credits. He's executive producer on Snowpiercer. A lot of people like that.
That which is huge.
Yeah. So I'll let you talk first, Pete, and then I'll come
Yeah.
in.
Now this was, I mean, listen, anytime Apple comes out with a film, I'm more than excited because um Apple is very selective on what it is that they put out. It's the only studio that I can think of that actually puts in real time and value into the development of the story, and then who do we get to perfectly play these roles, and how do we execute it I mean, Apple is brilliant in terms
Yeah.
of their production department, and they only put out great content. This movie, if it was only about the gorge on the surface,
Yeah.
I'm already in. Like that was already by itself an amazing kind of movie because it at the end of the day, this movie is a love story. This is a romance.
Sure.
Um, and
Spoiler.
it's I mean, it's not really a spoiler, but
No, I know.
so
It's in the trailer.
this movie poises two people in opposite positions where they have to figure out not only how to communicate, but through that process, they end up falling in love. And that's only the first half of the. I'm telling you, that could have been the movie, and I would have been happy with that because there could have
Yeah,
been some
yeah,
resolution. And then this movie takes a turn
yeah.
where they actually have to go. And I'm not gonna go into what's in the gorge because I think that's really part of the experience. But
Yeah.
at some point, they have to go into the gorge. I'm not going to say how it happens, but at some point they find themselves in the gorge, and then it turns into another part of this movie that could have been another movie.
Yeah.
And what's
Yeah.
brilliant about this movie is that Derrickson had the ball, Scott Derrickson, the director, had the balls to do something that was very safe and could have been a very safe romantic sort of movie.
Well, and let's let the writer credit too. I mean,
Uh,
obviously,
of course, of course.
Zach
I'm not
Dean is the writer.
discounting. I'm
Zach Dean
not
is the
discounting
writer.
the
He
writing.
he also did the Tomorrow War, which was on Amazon Prime. That was a good movie. And then, I mean, Fast X. I'm not gonna give him credit for Fast X because I actually,
No, because nobody wants credit for that.
I,
Nobody wants to be
but
associated with that movie at all.
I do respect this guy. This guy
But
has a lot of talent.
but the fact that they were able to go into the gorge and what transpires from the gorge, it's conspiracy, it's otherworldly, it's
It's investigative too.
it's investigative, and it's high tension. Like you are on the edge of your seat the entire time. This is one of my absolute favorite movies of the year, only because I love that somebody had the balls to do a movie like this. This is one of my favorites. This is a fantastic movie.
I
And
mean,
Miles Teller crushes everything that he touches.
yeah. I mean, he's a legit superstar.
Outside of Timothy Chalamet's number one.
Miles,
Miles Teller is 1A for me. Like it's so close.
depending on the role. If I need a action hero, I'm going Miles Teller.
Yes.
Timothy Chalamet, I think he's your. It's like Tom Cruise versus Sean Penn, right?
Right.
Like
Right.
if I need a deeper role, I'm going, Timothy Chalamet, Sean Penn. But
I need a drummer.
if I
Bam,
need,
Miles Teller.
or just if I need more of an athlete or more of a action guy, Miles Teller has that. He's the number one young under 40.
Go see The Gorge. Go see it. It's one of my favorite movies of the year.
Yeah, I don't have much to add. You actually,
Sigourney Weaver is also in the movie for about 2 minutes of screen time, and she comes in and she's just the worst woman on the planet. Like she's terrible. And she does it perfectly. Everybody, I mean, this movie, like every element just comes in and crushes.
Yeah.
Brilliantly done. Well done.
I don't have much to add because I think you did a good job.
Thank you.
I think again what is cool about this film. First of all, the title, I don't even know if I'm a fan of the title, to be honest. I don't think the title gives this movie enough credit. I think the title could be a little bit more
I think it's
creative.
the setup. It's the setup of the movie. Like
Sure. I, I just would have done maybe something different
I think it's perfect.
because again, I think the movie's deeper. Like if you just call it The Gorge, then it sounds like a typical movie like boom boom boom, right? So to me it's a marketing thing.
But even the trailer, if you watch the trailer, like it's all about what happens on the surface,
No, I
right?
get that. I get that. I'm
So
I'm just saying
it,
I think Gorge should be in the title, but it should be deeper, like
mm,
beneath the gorge or in the gorge or something. Just add a couple words because just when it's just the gorge,
yeah, I hear what you're saying, but I disagree. I think the fact that they just laid it out, like, look,
would you have gone to the movie theater to see a
it's the
movie called The
Gorge.
Gorge?
If Miles Teller is in it and it's The Gorge and it's produced by Apple TV, and it was
Well,
theatrically released, I would totally go.
I would go because of Miles Teller. That I would agree with, but
I wouldn't even hesitate.
I mean, of course, I'm going anyway. But I'm just saying, I have my AMC pass. But
The fact that this wasn't in the theaters bums me out.
yeah,
This
this was.
is one of like the rare streaming films where you're like, "Ah, why wasn't I in a theater
Actually,
watching this movie?
I agree with that. That's weird. It should have done what like the Ridley Scott film did.
Killers of the Flower Moon, that was an Apple movie. That was
Yeah,
in the
it
theaters.
should have been in
The
theaters. Like,
Gorge should
yeah,
have been in the theaters.
I agree, especially with a slow January.
Dude,
Like,
this movie would have crushed.
this is the best movie of the year, probably, to be honest.
So
I'm
good.
trying, I'm trying to think what other movie would be above it. I don't think there is one.
God, man,
Best
it's
movie.
so good.
But yeah, Miles Teller again. Like again, he's just continuing to elevate. I think that's my biggest takeaway from this movie. In
What a
that,
talent.
obviously Top Gun Maverick. I mean, I've always loved him. He was
I
great.
mean, Whiplash. I mean, this dude
Whiplash,
just continues to
Whiplash,
elevate.
the
Whiplash,
Only
with a
Way.
normal actor, with a really good actor, Whiplash would have been like, "That's it. That's what you did. Well done." And you're going to go off and do a bunch of who cares roles at that point.
Yeah,
Miles Teller should have been done, but he's not that kind of person. He keeps elevating every single time, like Chalamet. Like this is one of these actors that are he's remarkable.